Welcome back. You've tuned into Brand Equity and I'm Sonali Krishna. Now, with the monsoons here, isn't this the best time to curl up and enjoy your favorite book, perhaps with a hot cup of tea? There you go. On Books and Vogue today, we have Marico's Consumer Products CEO, Saugata Gupta, talking about his recent read. Saugata's pick is Breakout Nations by Ruchi Sharma, and it's rather topical given the current economic scenario. The book takes you through a journey and enlightens you on more than 20 of the most interesting economies in the emerging world. Listen in as Saugata shares insights in the book and tells you why Breakout Nations is a must-read.
Hi, I'm Saugata Gupta. I head the consumer product business in Marico. So I'm going to talk to you about this book I have been reading recently. It's a book on macroeconomics, but I must say that it's as gripping as fiction. This book is called Breakout Nations by Ruchi Sharma. I think for any professional who wants to have a view on emerging markets, on consumption, on future trends, this book is a must-read, and it's a playbook for anybody who is going to have a market tomorrow wanting to play in emerging markets. It gives a very, very good perspective on choice-making framework, market selection, future trends, and watch out. I think what's very, very interesting about this book is, below the skin, beneath the skin, I think there are a lot of factors which are watch out for each of the countries. For example, a lot of countries which are what I call favorites of, any emerging market investors, or when we decide to go into some market in terms of the consumption story. I think Ruchi has actually dissected each and every country and has picked out some of the emerging breakout nations which you would normally not consider. For example, there's a chapter on Turkey. He talks about how Turkey is going to be emerging as a breakout nation. The other interesting thing is that each of these chapters or each of the country has covered the analogies he has brought in different time trends. And one of the interesting analogies which I found in this book is what he composed is the Billionaires Index. And I think what he says is that the future of the country depends on where billionaires are making their money from, whether from commodities or from industries like software and other knowledge industries. And wherever I think billionaires have made money from, innovation, I think these are the markets which will have sustained growth. I think the other important thing is, if you read the book, is going below the skin, as I talked about, that he is not being, a lot of books you find, where you want to get into a country with a very macroeconomic view, a very macro view. But here the insights are so sharp, and these insights are, I would say, timeless. These insights are not a one-time, this one. And he is a guy who has traveled to all these countries. It's not that he has, sat in a desk and written this book. In fact, there's this interesting note which I picked up from this book, that he actually every month he travels to an emerging market and writes an essay on it. I believe that what I think it says, and it's a learning for all of us, and I think it has been a key takeaway for me, is behind all the glam and behind all the growth story, I think you need to look deep in and understand about the foundations of any of the emerging markets. And I think what it very, very depicts interestingly is the early warning signals. It talks about the lead indicators about whether this nation is going to be a breakout nation or not. And I think there are a lot of lessons for all the policymakers in India and also policymakers in all emerging markets.